Well, hello and welcome to the A New Day show. I am your host, Daphne Clarke-Hudson, and I'm super excited. Based on the colors here in the studio, you can say welcome spring 2014. So I'm excited here that spring has sprung here in Connecticut, and I'm super excited. And today's episode, we will be speaking about some life spring cleaning tips. I know that the gardens are blooming, and we need to take some time to look into our lives and see what we can do. So before we get into the segment, I want to share a poem with you. And this one is written by Tim Mertloff. Gentle words of encouragement. Spend every day preparing for the next. As you reach forward with one hand, accept the advice of those who have gone before you, and in the same manner, reach back with the other hand to those who follow you. For life is a fragile chain of experiences held together by love. Take pride in being a strong link in that chain. Discipline yourself, but do not be harsh. The pleasures of life are yours to be taken. Share them with others, but always remember that you too have earned the right to partake. Know those who love you. Love is the finest of all gifts and is received only to be given. Embrace those who truly love you, for they are few in a lifetime. Then return that love tenfold, radiating it from your heart to fill their lives as sunlight, warm the darkest corners of the earth. Love is a journey, not a destination. Travel its path daily. Do this, and your troubles will be fleeting as footprints in the sand. When loneliness is your companion and all about you seem to be gone, pause and listen, for the sound of loneliness is silence. And in silence, we hear best. Listen well, and your moments of silence will always be broken by the gentle words of encouragement spoken by those of us who love you. And I think this is a very valid poem to share today, especially with the topic that we are getting ready to speak about. As I began by saying it is spring, and oftentimes we spend a lot of time cleaning up the house, cleaning up the closet, cleaning the yard. We cleaned up the leaves during the fall, and in the spring we're still finding some spring cleaning to do. And oftentimes we neglect the most important spring cleaning of all, and that is the spring cleaning of our lives. So I want to encourage you today to just take a deep breath and devote some time to taking an inner look at yourselves. I'm going to be sharing 3 important questions that I want you to address as you set out to do the spring cleaning. I know for some people's gardens at this time of the year, you have the daffodils that are coming up. You have the tulips that are coming up. You have the hyacinths. You have the azaleas. And I'm sure if I ask you to create a list of spring flowers, you'll have hundreds and hundreds of spring flowers. And as you admire the garden and the different plants that are peeping out right now, for some people, they probably still have a little snow, but those plants are struggling to come to shoot for us to see their beauty. I want you to do the same thing when you stand in front of the mirror and look in your eyes. I want you to see the same radiance and the same beauty that you admire in those plants. I want for you to take the time to see those in your lives as well. For some of you, you probably really do not have anyone who will encourage you to say you have done a great job, you are doing wonderful, you're a great person. Be not dismayed. I'm here to encourage you to be that first person that will hug yourself and say, I love you in spite of what's going on in your life. I care about you. You will overcome this. And regardless of what happened in your life last year, I want you to do a spring cleaning, and I want you to begin to shoot again. Be like the daffodils, be like the tulips that were planted many years ago. And each year, if you notice in your garden, the bulbs become bigger and thicker, and because they keep reproducing, and more shoots coming up, a lot more bulbs than you did plant. So it's the same thing in your life. Don't give up. Don't give up hope. View yourself just like your garden. And as you admire your garden of life, and you notice that there are some empty space that you need to put some bulbs in, I want to dedicate this show to you, and let this be the first bulb that you're going to put into that empty spot, so that you will start to water it and to nourish it and to grow into a beautiful garden for yourself. Sometimes spring cleaning can be difficult. It can be devastating, especially if we are holding on to a lot of hurt and anger and all of that. But I'm here to tell you, after you're through with that cleaning, you are going to be saying, I am so glad I did. I am so glad I did. Even if you have to go the journey alone, if there's no one else to help you to do that cleaning, I want you to be courageous in stepping out. Be bold. Step forward. Know what your truths are. Claim them. Clean out what needs to be cleaned out so you can start sprouting again this season. I want for you to take note of these 3 very important questions here. These 3 questions I wrote here because I didn't want to forget what they were I want to talk about. I want you to pay attention. The first question is, what lights you up in your life? So the first thing I want you to do as you go through this cleaning, create a list for yourself. What lights you up? What is it that will keep you going in order to complete this cleaning? When you hit on a rough section that has thick cobwebs that you didn't even know was there? What lights you up? What ignites the fire in you that will keep you going? Create that list for yourself so that as you continue to clean out your life of all the muck and the mess and everything that's there, as you reflect on that list, you will be encouraged to go on, knowing that because you have learned the lessons from all the things that's on the list. You have learned the lessons, so you know there will be no turning back for you. You will not be going down that road again because you have learned the lessons now, and it helps you to build up your belief and your commitment to yourself. I'm here to remind you that there will be no wrong or right answers to what it is that you put on that list. Remember, it is your life. No one knows you like you know you. So be honest to yourself. Tell the truth to yourself, because unless you can be vulnerable to yourself and to others and to tell the truth and claim the truth, you will not be able to move along. So, what are the things that's lighting up your life? Are there some people, some special people in your life that lights you up? That means you need to spend more time with them in order for them to hold you accountable. Are there certain songs? What is it? Each of us has something that lights our life up. What it is for you. I want you to create the list and jot them down. Be patient, because there's no rush in getting this done. You take as much time as you need to create the list, but you develop the list that you think reflects you. The second question is, why is it important for you to be successful, in your life? Why? Why is it that you think, if I accomplish this or if I accomplish that, I will be successful? Know the reason why it is important to you. List that again on the paper. You know, you identify X, you identify Z, you identify Y. After you do that, I want you to put a subheading on the things that you list, why you need to be successful. I want you to look on the success of your life. For those who have business, the success of their business, and the success of your career overall. Because unless we can be completely balanced, we will not achieve the result that we are looking for. You know what balance looks like for you. For each and every one of us, it looks differently. So know yourself. Know what lights you up. Know the reason why you need to be successful. What result are you looking to accomplish? What will happen if you really do not get the success that you deserve? Again, the answer is for you. It's not a test that you're doing. You just need to hold yourself accountable, and you get a mentor, get a good friend, somebody who will give you a listening ear and support you as you go through this cleaning. It is never too late to do a spring cleaning of your life. And you might be listening to this episode of the show when it's not the spring season. However, whenever our life needs a cleaning, it is going to be springtime, because as long as we get rid of those things that are no longer serving us well, it is time for spring cleaning. And whenever the need arises, for me, sometimes I have to do 3-4 spring cleaning a year. You know what you're looking for. You know, in Jamaica, there's a saying that the higher the monkey climbs, the more he exposed. And I'm saying that to share because I mentioned about doing maybe 3 or 4 spring cleaning a year. And the bigger goals that you set for yourself, the more frequent you will need to do a spring cleaning. So regardless of the season of the year it is, whenever there's a requirement for you to do a cleaning, I refer to it as a spring cleaning. So if you have been setting goals and you keep setting the same goals over and over and over and over and over, and you are not accomplishing them, it's time for you to do a spring cleaning. Don't fight it. You know you got to do it, so you step out there and you do that cleaning, because I am here to tell you the reward will be well worth it. The reward will be well worth it. I am here to tell you, if you are refusing to be bold enough to take that action, you are only doing yourself injustice. So be bold, step up, and make the difference in identifying all the reasons why you need to be successful in all the areas that you have pointed out for yourself as you focus on this spring cleaning tips for your life. The third question is, how have you been holding yourself back? How have you been holding yourself back from the desired success? You're probably saying, I'm not holding myself back, but I'm here to tell you everyone does that, because in our lives we are bombarded by limited beliefs. Some of them we impose on ourselves, and others is imposed by society, the media, and the list goes on and on. What it is that is holding you back? What have you allowed to hold you back? What guilts you've been holding on? There's something that has happened in your life 15, 10, 12, 13 years ago, and you decide, oh, because of X, Y, and Z happened to me, I cannot move ahead, I cannot become successful. That's baloney. Those are just excuses. That's excuses. It doesn't matter where you have been. Your past should not dictate your present nor your future. So be courageous. I mean, take a deep breath as you read the list that you create for yourself about the things that you have been doing to hold yourself back. Sometimes it's hard to say, oh my heavens, I have been doing this to myself. I have been doing this to myself. I cannot believe I have been the one that has been standing in my way. So just be bold again, step up to it, and just focus on it, knowing that you deserve every good. You deserve the best that there is. It doesn't matter what adversities you have gone through. I am here as a living, walking testament to let you know it doesn't matter where you have been and what you have gone through. In my life, this says it's never over until the fat lady sings. Well, I tell you, the fat lady will never stop singing in my life. The concert in my life goes on and on and on and on. It doesn't matter about the adversities that I encounter. Regardless, each and every one of us has stories. And I choose to tell my stories only to the people that will benefit. So don't sit and wallow and complain in your story. If you know your story will help someone to rise up and better themselves, then you share it with them. You are not sharing with your stories with people in order for them to be saying, oh, poor baby, oh, why I'm sorry that happens. That's not the reason why we share our stories. We share our stories because we want to encourage others that are going through difficult situations, that they too can get up and do something better with their lives. You know, today, prior to coming into the studio, I was looking at Steve Harvey's show, and he had a lady on the show that was homeless. And she was on the show because she wanted to show gratitude to someone who had done something amazing for her when she was homeless. When I caught the show, I did not know how long ago she was homeless for because I missed that part of it. However, she was going from shelter to shelter, and then she expressed how dangerous those times were for her. However, this one woman, I think the organization, she said, is called Skip One, found her, and the woman used her own money to rent an apartment for her to get into. And she says that the lady has made her understand that she is a human and feels good about herself, and she wanted to share that. She says when she got the apartment, she started feeling everything. She was touching the carpet on the floor. She was touching the bed. She was just feeling everything, and she was saying to herself, this is mine. I now have an apartment. I own this. This is mine. And you might be in a similar situation like this, or you might know someone. Share the story with them and tell them never to give up, because life will end when you give up on yourself. But so long as you believe in yourself, everything will keep growing and keep rising. It's like the daffodils I mentioned earlier on. When the fall comes, they dry down. The winter, everything is covered with snow. But come spring, those babies are up, yellow, beautiful, and ready for zephyrs. It's the same thing. We are looking at the sticks out there, and we think that, oh, these are just sticks. But in a few weeks, when we look at the yellow, when we look at the yellow that's out there, we say, oh my heavens, it was only a few weeks ago that we were seeing just sticks. And look at all the beautiful buds and blossom. So if you're having struggles focusing on what you need to clean out in your life, I want you to take advantage of all the visuals that I am giving you now. You know, the daffodils, the tulips, the azaleas that were they were only sticks during the winter and fall, and now they're having all the lavender and purple bloom, and the hyacinths with the nice smell. What it is that does it for you, the forsythias, what it is. I want you to just visualize your life in that way. And knowing just like those plants are making it, you can also make it again. It does not matter where you have been. It really doesn't matter. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. It depends on what decision you make, what action you take, and what attitude you demonstrate as you do that. Know that your future is in your hands. I want you to go out there and clear. Let this be the first day that you decide to do the spring cleaning of your life. Identify what's good for you, what's working, and what you want to implement. Remember, I mentioned to you about as you clean your garden up, you might see some empty spots that need bulbs to be replaced. What is the bulb that you need there? Do you need a mentor? Do you need a coach? Do you need to read more books? Do you need to listen more CDs? Do you just need a confidant where you can sit and empty out yourself with? Do you need to show priority in your spiritual life? What it is that you need. I want you to go out there and just go for it. This is going to be the best year in your life, and you can make the decision whether or not it will be. I am here to tell you I support you, I have confidence in you, and I look forward to you calling and saying one of these days, that episode on spring cleaning tips for your life has done wonders for me. Share them with a friend, encourage somebody, because a lot of times we look around and we think that we are the only ones that's going through challenges and difficulty. No, we are not. I tell you, there are so many people who are going through a number of different things. So, step out there, start cleaning. You don't need to finish it in 24 hours. Just keep doing it until you have it the way that you want. But I'm here to encourage you. Never give up on yourself. It doesn't matter how dark it is. If you keep moving forward, you before long will see the light at the end of the tunnel. I am here to tell you, I have been in dark places many, many times. And for each time, I keep moving forward. I just kept moving forward. I kept on cleaning out my life, cleaning out sections of my life. And I was able to see sunshine at the end of the tunnel. I was able to stand and admire the blooms. However, I admire the blooms and I keep moving. I never become complacent in anything that I do. Again, I hope that this segment has added some value to your life. I look forward to getting your feedback. You can send me an email, dynamicdaphne1@gmail.com, or you can call 203-794-6208.